and happy Thursday, and welcome to episode 12 of Makelight Live. I will be here for the next half an hour. I will be talking to you about how I fit meditation into my very busy life and why I do that. Then I will be sharing my 3 favourite things for the week, and after that I will have some time to answer any of your questions. So either questions about what I'm going to talk about self-care in general, or about anything else that you would like to ask me. So if you are watching this live, then please leave your question just under here for me and I will answer it during the session. If you're watching this again, on repeat, either on YouTube or the Facebook page or the Makelight blog, and you have a question, then please feel free to send me your questions as well. So just type your question in and I will type my reply back, or I can always use your question to think of another episode, so to cover in an episode. So please also feel free to suggest episode topics as well, because I'm always looking for new ideas and I obviously want to share things that I think you are going to find valuable. So today I'm going to talk to you about meditation and why I prioritize that now into my everyday. So I have practiced yoga for a very long time and meditation has been part of that. But about 12 years ago now, I was introduced to hypnobirthing when I was pregnant with my first child. And it was really through using hypnobirthing, practicing it, and then using it, and then realizing how helpful it was when I was a mum as well. I really thought, maybe meditation needs to be something that I look at more. It took a few years because, I've been busy with my children and building a business, and sometimes you have to wait for the right time to get stuck into things like this. But about 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3, but definitely 2 years ago, I really started to take meditation seriously. I had read a lot about successful people that I admire making meditation a priority for them. And I thought, maybe there's something in this, because I know that when I do take time to meditate, I do feel better. And I thought maybe if I practiced more, then it would be more beneficial. So I started out by trying apps like Headspace. I've tried other apps, but Headspace is the one that I continue to come back to, and is also one that I use with my children. It comes with all sorts of different length meditations, ones on different topics, and I really, really love it. It's great if you're a beginner, but it also takes you through beyond that. So I find that really useful. Now, the thing is that sometimes fitting in a 10-minute meditation, 20-minute meditation isn't always possible. It might be that I have a day with my children that is literally just with my children all day, and then into the evening. Sometimes I'm still up with my older children, or maybe we're on holiday together, and it can be difficult to find that time to go away, put my headphones on and be quiet and meditate by myself. So I have devised ways to make sure that I fit in some type of meditation into my everyday. So for example, I love to go running, so I go running a lot. I also walk a lot. I don't drive, so I do a lot of walking. And I really like to use mindfulness in my running and my walking. So if I haven't had time to do my meditation, or I'm thinking, how am I going to fit everything in today? I can go for a run, but if I go for a run, I can't do my meditation. Then I combine the two, and I find that really, really helpful. I also can do meditation in the shower. So while I'm washing my hair, having a wash in the shower, I can fit in a meditation. I can fit in meditation when I'm queuing in the supermarket, if it's a long queue, or if I'm traveling on the tube or a train, and I want to fit it in there. So I've kind of learned to be adaptable. And I think that is the important thing if you're trying to fit in anything into your life. It's the same with my running. So if I want to go running and I want to run a certain distance, but if I have only got 15-20 minutes, then I run for 15-20 minutes. I could go for a 10-minute run, or I have to be adaptable. When you have a busy life, if you have children as well, you have to learn to be adaptable, but you also have to learn to prioritize. So I do prioritize doing my meditation because I have realized just how much it helps me with everything. It helps me be a better mum. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Much calmer, much kind of slower in my response to things, less frenetic, I think, in my head. And it also really helps me with my work. It helps me have much better ideas. It helps just stop everything for these 5 to 10 minutes, 20 if I'm lucky, but 5 to 10 minutes, I am just completely in the moment and I am doing my best. I mean, obviously sometimes when I meditate I have all sorts of things coming in and out of my head, but I am spending that time slowing down, and it really, really helps. I've had some of my best ideas having thought, you know what, I'm going to just take this time out. I'm going to step away from my desk, step away from everything, go outside or go upstairs and do a meditation. And I have had some of my absolute best ideas after that. So I have found that it is so beneficial, even if sometimes it feels like an indulgence. And I think that's the thing, when we are looking after ourselves, it can often feel like we're being really indulgent. So, you know, if I get up and I go for a run, do my meditation, do some yoga, however I want to be starting my day, I sometimes feel like, oh, I should really be getting the children ready for school, and is that going to have a massive impact on how quickly we get out the door later? But I also know that if I do something for myself, if I am looking after myself, that I am so much better at handling getting 4 children out the door to school, and I'm so much better at doing my work. I sleep so much better, I feel so much better, and I'm not ill as often either. So I really feel that giving yourself some time for self-care, looking after yourself, is not an indulgence, it's a necessity. So if you are interested in meditation, thinking more about meditation, I have shared a piece on my blog. I don't think it's live yet, but it will be live this afternoon, about my meditation journey and why I enjoy it. Gabrielle Trainer is starting a new course. You can sign up for that from today, and I will link this, all about meditation and helping you to learn about it, get into it, fit it into your life. It's all about helping busy people to fit meditation in, because I just think it's, for me anyway, it's as important as my exercise, it's important as eating healthily, it's important as getting enough sleep. It really, really has had massive benefits and is not something I am going to let go. Gabrielle's also sharing a couple of things on the blog, and we also have our Makelight meditations that Gabrielle has created for us. So I will link all of that up as well. So if you fancy just doing a short meditation, there are some on the Makelight site that you can use as well. That's completely free for you. So it's really, really easy to access. So I would love to hear from you if you are thinking about self-care at the moment, if you are really good at looking after yourself, if you're not so good at looking after yourself, if you meditate, and if you do meditate, how do you like to do it? That's the other thing with meditation. There's many ways to meditate, so many different ways, and it's really important that if you try it out and you think, oh, this really isn't for me, that you give it a chance, and you also explore different types of meditation. So some might be better than others for you. Some people like all types, but other people need to be quite specific. Some people like loads of different types of meditation, if you're doing a guided meditation, they like to have a new guided meditation every day. Other people like to have the same guided meditation every day, and they find that helpful. So it's really good to explore it and not just try it once and go, actually, this is completely not for me, this is absolute nonsense. It takes time to learn how to do it, and it takes time for you to kind of feel the benefits of it, but I really, really highly recommend it. So there's my little speech about meditation and why I think you should incorporate it into your life if you don't already. So I'm going to share with you my 3 favourite things of the week, and then I will see if any of you have got any questions for me. So I have I have 2 books and a magazine with a it's actually the pull-out of the magazine, the little kind of free gift of the magazine that I really want to show you, but I'll show you the magazine as well. So the first one is Lewis Howes' book, The School of Greatness. Now, this has been around for a while now. I can't quite remember when it was published. 2015. So it's been around for a few years, and I have had it for quite a while and not read it until last week when I listened to it on Audible. Now, I'm a massive Audible fan because I find that I can have a book. What I really like to do, this might sound completely indulgent, but you could do this by getting a book from the library and then buying the credit on Audible, is I really like to have the book and then I like to do some reading from it and make some notes in it if it's a book like this one, and then I like to listen to it on Audible. Now, I like to listen to it on Audible because I can listen to a book when I'm walking to school. I can listen to so if I'm walking to school to pick up my children, obviously not when I'm with them, but when I'm walking to school to pick them up, or if I'm walking back from school in the morning, for me that's 20 minutes of a book listened to. Just in doing that, even if I'm not walking anywhere else that day, and I just really, really love it. I get through so many more books by listening to them on Audible, but I love to have the paper copy too. So last week I finally listened to this. Now, I love Lewis's podcast, which is also called The School of Greatness. He interviews some amazing people, really inspiring, interesting people. Highly recommend that podcast if you don't listen to it. But I also really, really loved this book. Much of it I was delighted to say that I am doing. So I was like, oh yes, I'm doing that, and I'm looking after my body, and I'm doing this, and like the habits and all of this. And I was like, this is brilliant. But there were still some things in there that I thought, oh my goodness, I haven't thought about that in that way before. Especially my work and the way kind of I think about my work and approach it, and it just trying to change some mindset stuff in there that I found incredibly helpful just a week in. So highly recommend that if you haven't read it. If you don't fancy the book, then check out his podcast because there's some great stuff on there. So that is what I was listening to last week. Then I've got this book, which is Styling for Instagram. Now, this is a cute little book. It's square, just like Instagram posts, and it is full of photography tips, styling tips, and ideas for your Instagram. Now, I find that often with my Instagram, I just like, oh, I haven't got any ideas left. I can't think of anything. And I really have to do a bit of a brainstorm for ideas, things that I want to share with people. And this book is really great, a great resource. I've just recently got this, so I haven't explored it completely yet, but what I have flicked through and read in it, I really like. And it's a great thing to have a book like this, on your desk that you can dip into when you're feeling a bit lacking in inspiration and you're just thinking, oh, what can I share, or how can I do that, or who can I go to for inspiration? So there's Instagrammers in here as well recommended, and you might not follow them all, so it could give you some inspiration too. So if you're feeling in a bit of a rut with your Instagram, or maybe you're not right now but you know that does happen to you, then add that to your wish list of books. Now, I have this magazine. This is called the English Garden magazine, and I always buy this in May because of Chelsea. So I'm going to the Chelsea Flower Show in a couple of weeks' time, which I can't wait for. I've been to Chelsea. This will be my 3rd year in a row, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I always like to get this in kind of preparation. But this month, it comes with this gorgeous little guide to houseplants, which is illustrated by Emma Block. Now, if you don't know Emma Block's illustrations and you don't know Emma, you should definitely look Emma up. She creates amazing, beautiful, calming illustrations that are just so sweet, and I just love her work. So I was really happy to see that Emma had done this and to get a copy of this. And also, it's a guide to houseplants, and there's some really great tips in there for looking after your houseplants, for growing baby houseplants, the types of houseplants that you might want to have in your home. So a lovely little guide and keepsake, and inside you've got more of Emma's adorable illustrations. the little watering can. So love that. And I also just wanted to give Emma a plug because if you don't follow her, you should do. She creates amazing, adorable Instagram stories, and her illustrations will cheer up any day. So I will put the link to not only the magazine but also to Emma. If you don't follow her on Instagram, you should do. Okay, so that's my shares and my thoughts for this lovely Thursday. I'm just going to see if any of you have got any comments or thoughts. I also just wanted to say that we're on day 3 of the Makelight Pause for Thought, and if you haven't signed up for this free course yet, then I would absolutely love you to join me. I call it a course, it's kind of a project really, and it's over 2 weeks, so we're on day 3, plenty of time to catch up. There won't be any episodes over the weekend, so you definitely can catch up on Saturday and Sunday. And it's 2 weeks, and there are over 1,000 people taking part, so you can definitely find some new friends in the Facebook group. And it's all about taking time out to reflect on what you have done this year so far, think about where you are now, and how you're going to make the absolute best of the rest of 2018. I've built this project because I really want to help you to make this year your best one yet, and not to get to the end of the year feeling like the year has flown by and you haven't done anything, because I don't believe that is true anyway. But also it can be really frustrating when you've set yourself goals at the beginning of the year and then you get halfway through and you think, oh, I haven't done anything, and then you kind of just let the rest of the year go and think, oh, I'll sort it out next year. I'll do it next year. Now's not the right time. Now is the right time. And I know that you can make amazing things happen. So if you haven't signed up for the Pause for Thought yet, I will share the link for that as well below, because I would really, really love you to join. Okay, and it's completely free, so you don't have to pay anything. So there's no reason for you not to join in. And you can take the episodes and do the exercises at any time to suit you, so you can go back to it even if you don't fancy it right now. We haven't got time right now, rather. Right then, I am just going to click on the video to see if you have asked me any questions. I can see a few things popped up, but it's quite hard for me to read it off the iPad, so I just like to have my laptop down here to look at your questions. Okay, so Sally's, I think she's said that she's enjoying the Pause for Thought. I think that was what it is. Gabrielle is here. Oh, brilliant, Gabrielle. I'm so pleased that you're here listening to this. And yeah, I hope lots of people take your course. I'm really looking forward to taking it too. So Gemma has said she's just started yoga and she did 20 minutes this morning and she felt so shattered, and she just wanted to go to bed again, but it woke her up and we all got to school in a much calmer way, and I've been busy today rather than just going for a nap. Well, I think that probably has a lot to do with that early morning yoga session. I am a massive fan of early morning yoga, early morning swimming, early morning running. Try to do one of those 3 every morning. Now, some people just can't exercise in the morning and they're much better in the evening, so they can't do that in the evening. But if you can exercise in the morning, I just think it really starts your day off so well. You've already achieved something before you've had your breakfast, and I just think that it gives you the energy for the day. So I think if you can convince yourself to get into morning exercise, it's a really great thing to do. So well done, Gemma, that is brilliant, and I hope you get to do it tomorrow as well. And brilliant. So Chrissy has said that she's done day 1 of the Pause for Thought, which is a reflection of all the things that you have done this year so far, and she's really surprised by the amount that she has done already. And I think that's what I have seen on so many of the posts in Facebook. People have done this and really surprised themselves, and I think that's what's so lovely about looking back and reflecting on what you've done, because you'll be amazed at how much you've done. Even if you feel like you're not getting anywhere, you are getting somewhere. It's just the steps might be slower than you want them to be. You know, sometimes we'd love to have a massive leap, don't we? So we're like, oh, I wish I had, 20,000 followers on Instagram. That's my absolute dream, and I want that tomorrow. But we are working towards that all the time. So it's really important to do this reflection and to really acknowledge and celebrate what you have done this year so far, and then it will really help you as well to plan for the rest of the year. So well done for doing that first day. So I don't think anybody has any questions today. I'm just going to wait a second to see if you do. Just refresh that just in case someone is typing a question away. But if you don't have any questions, then I will just leave you to enjoy the rest of this lovely Thursday. I have to keep reminding myself that it is Thursday. We had a bank holiday here in the UK on Monday, so we were off work. Children were off school, had a lovely day, the weather was amazing, but all week I've been like, what, how can it be Thursday already? So I've been like, I have to keep telling myself what day it is, so that I don't get confused, but it is Thursday. So I don't think anyone else has any questions today, but I hope that my chat about meditation is helpful for you and will encourage you to give it a go if you don't do it already, or if you've done it in the past and you've kind of let it slip, that encourages you to get back on it and do it again and make that commitment to yourself. You can just spend 5 minutes a day, and I bet that you spend more than 5 minutes looking at your phone every day. So there's kind of no excuse not to be able to squeeze it in to nearly every day. So go and have a go. Listen to one of the Makelight meditations that Gabrielle has created, and that will hopefully kickstart you. And don't forget that Gabrielle's course is available from today if you want to learn more, and I know that it's going to be a great course. So take care, everybody. Brilliant. Alison is off to meditate right now, which is fantastic. I'm actually off for a run, and then I'm going to meditate, and then I'll have my lunch. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I didn't get to do my run this morning, but I did get to do my yoga. I can't remember why I didn't go for a run this morning. I think I think the children, maybe something to do with the children. I think we're not taking up too much time. They needed me this morning, so I squeezed in some yoga instead, and I'm going to go for a nice run now. Then I'll do my meditation, have lunch, and get stuck back into work after that before I go and pick up my children. So thank you so much for joining me today. I will be here again next Thursday, and then I will be taking a couple of weeks off. 1 week because I'm speaking at a Pinterest event, which is very exciting, and then the following week we will be away for half term in Cornwall, but I will be here next week, and then after the half term I will be here every Thursday right up until the summer holidays. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And if you do have any suggestions of topics that you would like me to talk about, then please do either email me or leave a comment under here, and I will be only too happy to hear your suggestions. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.